What's good, people who enjoy wagering their currency on player propositions? Because that's what you are, buddy. You do enjoy wagering your money on player propositions because you're listening to this video right now. Should that be my new intro? I don't know. I kind of like it, bro. All right. That's just not funny. All right. The reason why you guys are here, Knicks versus Pacers player props, guys, and I'm about to be straight up with y'all. Me and Joel did, or Joel and I, that's a correct way to say it, we did like a series breakdown, right? And if you listen to that, you probably know what's coming. But I'm not gonna like just talk about how I would doing a typical game one, because if you guys want, go back like two videos back. I think it was like a 50-minute video, a whole lot of yapping, a whole lot of BSing. But we did talk some hoops and talk some X's and O's and all that stuff. So today, I'm just really gonna give out some picks. I'll elaborate on the picks and why I'm betting them. I'll repeat what I said a little bit on the last show, but yeah, it's not going to be that long. So, should we just get into it? We're only 2 minutes. Actually, no, we're 2 minutes in, but I screwed up the intro because I was trying to be fake funny like 10 times. So, we're probably like a minute 30 in, and we're already getting into the picks, which, pretty cool. I will say, guys, before I give out these picks, make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. It's a great help, helping your boy out, getting this content out. Make your boy go viral. Come on, bro. It's like I'm a good dude. I'm a good dude. I'm trying to help y'all. I'm trying to, you know, okay. I'm trying to like prop myself up real quick. But no, yeah, seriously, guys. Drop a like, sub to the channel. It is seriously greatly appreciated if you're rocking with your boy. So yeah. All right. First play of the day. We got to do a little bit of Hayden, right? Got to play an under. I'm going with OG on Nobi, and I'm praying that Suni Lee and Anne Hathaway, I think it is not in attendance, because this shit might be chalk from the rip if it is, or if they are in attendance. We're fading him. We're taking his under 18.5 points and assists, -106 at FanDuel. Look, bro, you want to play under 16.5 points? Go ahead. I think it's the same thing. I guess I gave this out a little bit ago, and the line did move a little bit. Best current price on under 69.5 points is -115 at DK. And the PA line that I played, -114 at FanDuel, is okay. So there's some -110s out there. And I would just play whatever has less juice, to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to make a difference. I don't really see him getting a 3 or more assist game. He probably does get 1 or 2 assists, and just like return the line to normal with the points. Just take whatever has less juice. That's my recommendation to you guys. That is why I played PA instead of points. But yeah, elaborating a little bit more on the OG play, circling back to the last video I did with Joel talking about this. Donovan Mitchell, last series against the Indiana Pacers, averaged, I believe I searched it up, and took the game 4 out where he got hurt, but they were also down 40. If you excluded that game, Donovan Mitchell averaged 39.25 points, and I think it was 29 point something field goal attempts. And on top of that, there was like 20 free throw attempts per game. And I'm not even kidding when I say it. Okay. 20 was a little bit of an exaggeration, but around 15. Basically, I'm saying all this to say, they played Donovan Mitchell as straight up as it can get. They did not give a shit about him taking a million shots. He did take a million shots, and it worked for the Pacers. I think they go into game one and try that same thing against Brunson. So obviously, guys, we're talking about Brunson. We're talking about Donovan Mitchell. All that's to say, look, if they play Brunson in single coverage like I expect, that's just brutal for everyone else, right? If Brunson, has like a game where he's flirting with 40 points, he's like flirting with 30 shots, which I do think could easily happen here. There's not enough to go around for everyone else, really. So yeah, single coverage for Brunson means that they're staying home on shooters, and that's exactly what they did against the Cavs, staying home on shooters. OG's a knockdown, probably their best catch and shoot guy besides Cat, who we'll talk about a little bit more on this OG write up. But yeah, expect him to stay home on OG. Second reasoning for liking OG on Anunoby instead of like a Mikal Bridges, right? Because he fits that bucket. Oh, the volume's not going to be there for him. When you think about the matchups, Halliburton has to guard someone, guys, right? He's not a great defender, but he is going to have to guard someone or attempt to guard someone. And Mikal Bridges makes the most sense out of all the starters, in my opinion, by far. Halliburton, he's just very skinny. He's not very strong on defense. He struggles with players who play with force, right? So put him on Mikal Bridges, someone who I believe did not shoot a singular free throw in the last series. But yeah, Mikal, I mean, he's not bodying Halliburton. Halliburton can guard Mikal fine. It's not going to be Josh Hart because it's going to be Miles Turner guarding Josh Hart so he can roam. I'm very confident about that. So that leaves Pascal Siakam. Oh yeah, and then Andrew Nemhart, of course, should take Brunson. So that's going to leave Aaron Nesmith and Pascal Siakam as the two guys who are going to guard OG Anunoby. I would think that it's Pascal on Cat and then Nesmith on OG. I could be wrong, but I really don't care if I'm wrong about that as long as it's one of those two guys. Those two guys are both great defenders. Those are guys that Jalen Brunson is not going to want to get into the action, right? So if OG is getting guarded by a good defender, they're not going to have OG set screens for Brunson. And if you're setting screens and like they're trying to like maneuver that can, that's usage on its own. That's a way that you can generate, you can get field goal attempts. I think OG is literally just going to be pretty much sitting in the corner the entire game, and they're going to be staying home on him. Maybe he gets a couple on ball reps here and there because he is a good offensive player. But those couple on ball reps probably are going to come against an Aaron Nesmith or a Pascal Siakam. So like, what are that's tough to score efficiently on those two guys. So yeah, basically, guys, expect them to play single coverage on Brunson. Expect OG to get guarded by one of the better Indiana defenders, which is obviously like tough for when he does get usage, but it's also like means that he's not going to be screening for Brunson and getting usage that way. So yeah, man, I just expect a whole bunch of corner camping from OG. Don't expect them to touch a rock a ton. Expect them to cross match Cat and leave Hart pretty open. And yeah, I just don't see it for OG here, man. I think it's going to be tough sledding. I don't think he's going to touch the ball a whole lot. And, he's coming off of a great game against Boston. So that's probably propping this number up a little bit. And we always love to buy low and sell high in the NBA playoffs. And I think we are doing just that here. So first play, OG Anunoby under 18.5 points and assists. Holy yap, dude. I think I spent 5 minutes talking about that. One of the best ways to increase your chances of success in sports betting is by always getting the best price in market, and that's why I am proud to shout out NoVig. NoVig is legal in 42 states, including California, Texas, South Carolina, and Minnesota. Since it's peer-to-peer, there doesn't have to be much house edge like you see on traditional sportsbooks, and because of that, when you look at lines on NoVig, they're going to be the best price in market a lot of the time. So do yourself a favor, try out NoVig. I have a sign up link down below in the description. And when you make your first deposit, make sure to use code BETTIN for a 50% deposit match up to $25. That's $25 they're giving you to play with. Do not leave that on the table. Make sure to use code BETTIN. That's BETTIN when you make your first deposit. Anyways, guys, this one should be a little bit quicker. Second play officially. Also talked about this one on the video with Joel. TJ McConnell over 18.5 PRA. This one is purely the art of a buy. So looks like we got 125 at DK, minus 130 at FanDuel. So this one got juiced up a little bit. So make sure to lock this one in as soon as possible. Totally fine with playing 12.5 PRA though, too, by the way. Yeah. So yeah, guys, great buy low. TJ McConnell, man, he had 10 minutes in the last game against Cleveland, and that is 100% skewing this line. Did not get a bucket, had like 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 10 minutes. That's it. It sounds terrible, right? TJ McConnell was a minus 16 in 10 minutes. And I am just, obviously, guys, it's a brand new matchup, right? So it's like maybe they did do something that made it a tough matchup. Well, who cares? It's a new series. Second of all, man, he had played between 14 and 22 minutes in these first couple games, or in all these games before this 10-minute dud against Cleveland, which is the last game he's coming off of. His median in there was 17 minutes. That was his median minutes. And yeah, so it's like floor was 14, median was 17 before that dud. Like I said, I'm just calling that one a complete outlier. Maybe I'm going to be proven to be wrong. I don't think I am. That's obviously why I put wagered currency on TJ. But yeah, I mean, this is 14 to 20 minutes for TJ McConnell. Like I said, his median was 17. He was between 14 and 22 every single game. Over in 77.8% of games. I just think this line's way off, man. I just you can go to the playoffs, right? Like I'd have him for around 17 minutes in a game one. This bench is good. TJ McConnell's a good player. TJ McConnell cooked the Knicks last year in the playoffs, by the way, too. He can go at those bigs like at will with his quickness. I think he's going to impact winning, man. I really do. I think he's a good player. You go to his playoff stuff. He is averaging 16.5 minutes per game in the playoffs. He's averaging 16.2 PRA. That's almost a PRA per minute. Then you go to 23-24. Let's go to the playoffs. Let's do with Halliburton. He averaged 18.4 or yeah, 18.4 PRA in 19.6 minutes. Also pretty close to a PRA per minute. We can go to the playoffs with Halliburton against the Knicks last year. Obviously, the Knicks have different bigs, but you can argue that like Cat being there instead of Hartenstein is like gonna make it way easier than last year for TJ McConnell. Um, yeah, he averaged 20.1 PRA against the Knicks in the postseason last year on 20.6 minutes. He was very, very impactful, very, very good. Deuce McBride, I remember this so vividly that Deuce McBride really could not guard him like whatsoever for whatever reason. Yeah, it's like you can go down TJ McConnell. Obviously, this is like regular season stuff, and this is last year. But yeah, the Knicks pick and roll handler. I mean, this is in the playoffs, right? 13th out of 16 teams, right? Yeah, 16 teams. So they've been bad against the pick and roll handler, bad in transition. Um, yeah, man. I just think that TJ McConnell, this is a fine matchup, but more importantly than everything, is that it's just a great buy low. I think this line's way too low. I think he should be projected for 17 minutes, and everything points to him being close to a PRA per minute guy. And his line's at 11 and a half. I think the books are projecting him to play like 13 minutes. Like I said, I think we're going to get 16 or 16, 17, 18. And yeah, sometimes you just don't got to overthink it. I think the matchup's going to be fine. I think TJ is going to be able to create advantages by going at by going at the bigs. And yeah, really just a buy low. Not going to overthink this one. TJ over 11 and a half PRA. Playoff riser, TJ McConnell, that is. And yeah, so like I said, I did. Was there any other leans? I think there is a couple things I do want to talk about, and like I said, I'm definitely going to be repeating myself. So if you watched the last video, it's probably fine if to leave, but make sure you guys like and subscribe before you do so. Yeah, so obviously I played OG's under. Look, Brunson's overs are a great look in my opinion. 28 and a half points. I think it's a great look. Under 7.5 assists, I think is a great look. I might even cook up an alt line SGP. I looked at this for a little bit, but like Brunson under 9.5 assists on FanDuel, I believe was like minus 300, which is like obviously you don't want to bet that normally. I mean, you could if you think you have an edge on it. But yeah, just like pair that with something, man. Like I said, Mikal Bridges, I think he gets guarded by Hallie. I think he's going to be used as a screener a ton to help Brunson hunt. That could just generate looks for him off rip from there. I think that like I said, maybe he gets usage anyways, and I think he can take advantage of the Hallie matchup. Just he's not a great screen navigator in a pick and roll. Might be able to flow into some easy midi pull ups and stuff like that. I think that Mikal's a little bit interesting. Obviously, Cat, I think he gets cross matched, so still think it's going to be tough sledding for him. Miles Turner, like I said, very confident that he gets guarded by Josh Hart. So I'm just like rattling these things out, bro. Just rattle them out. I like Miles Turner over 6.5 rebounds. I understand how tenacious the Knicks are going to be on the glass, and it probably won't come easy. But I'm very confident that he guards Josh Hart and is kind of sagging off on him. And obviously, that's just going to put you in great rebounding position. And Miles Turner is someone who can be disengaged on the glass. I'm sure that Rick Carlisle's in his ear, like, Miles, dude, like, please, like, try to rebound for us. So I mean, I hope. But yeah, I mean, should be in great rebounding position. Very confident that he guards Joshua Hart. 1.5 first quarter rebounds too. Don't hate that. And then on the Indiana side of things, man, all I'm very confident about is that the guards, Halliburton, McConnell, the quick guards, especially TJ's quick. Hallie's got that sidestep three. I just think that they're gonna try to hunt Cat all game. That's like really what I think, man. That just feels like the Cat's not gonna be able to hang with TJ with Hallie on the perimeter. He's just not. He's gonna be able to take those sidestep threes whenever he wants in isolation. If he gets a switch, if they play drop, I just think that's idiotic. Drop coverage against Halliburton, allowing him to walk into pull up threes and allowing Miles Turner to get pick and pop threes because that's what drop coverage will allow for both of them. That feels dumb. Blitzing Halliburton is just never a good idea either, right? Like letting this Pacers team might be the best, like the most connective, passing team in the league. Play 4-on-3, great at ball moving the ball. They're the exact opposite of ball stoppers. That feels like a disaster waiting to happen, and that will happen obviously if you blitz them. So that feels also unideal. So it might be a lot of switching, right? And then you get Cat on Halliburton. You think that the sidestep threes are going to be there, step back threes, but also, the blow-bys and, the assists, the floaters, the finishes at the cup. They're probably going to have to, they're probably going to load up a little bit on Halley drives, when they identify that cat's on them. So I don't know, man. I just think that Halliburton is going to be able to create a ton of advantages here, whether it's for himself or for teammates. So I do really like Halliburton's PA at 27.5. And then, yeah, it's like the rest of the stuff, man, I just don't have much of a take on. All right. Well, we're only at 15 minutes, and that's insanely short for the videos I've been doing recently. But yeah, hopefully we got straight to the point. We gave out 2 props, and hopefully we go 2-0 here. And yeah, one last final reminder, just to like and sub. Okay, never mind. I'm being corny. That's my 3rd time asking that. I won't even say that again. All right, everyone. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Really appreciate everyone for tuning in, and best of luck on this Knicks Pacers game. Let's make some money.